Hello, this is chapter 7 of Forbidden Fruit, Temptation of Edward Cullen. This is bad.
That should be interesting.
Yes. Chapter 7. Surprises! With an exclamation mark even.
Woo!
I woke up sheepishly and wondered where I was for a minute. I got out of bed, wondering if all the things that had happened to me last night were just a dream. I went downstairs for breakfast and sat down with Dave and Marie. They looked at me and smiled adoringly. "Wow, Tia, I love your new hair and contact lenses. Your look's so beautiful," said Marie with her face all bright in happiness. I got up and looked in a mirror. Holy shite. Holy shite.
Holly bushes can go to the loo now, folks.
I looked totally different. For the first time, I could see my face was truly beautiful. It was even prettier than before. My eyes were a weird silver colour like wet pools of noble moonlight in distant meadows, and my ivory gold hair seemed to shimmer like the sun's burned rays in the morning, with the purple streaks shining like neon lilac.
I just wondered, isn't ivory supposed to be like a pale silvery colour?
It's like what elephant's tusks are made out of.
Yeah, so
it's
not
kind
gold.
of yeah. And the moon isn't noble, and it doesn't land in wet pools.
And the sun doesn't burn.
None of these metaphors make any
The
sense.
sun does burn, it doesn't get burned.
My skin, I was radiant and magical and looked awesome. My skin was even more pale than before, and my features more delicate and queen-like.
Wow.
My nose was small and dashing, and my cheeks were high and pale, and my chin was soft but majestic. I was amazed. Suddenly, the phone rang and nuked me out of my silent staring. Dave answered it. Vampirism does not work that way. I'm pretty sure you do not fucking metamorphosize. This is not Kafka. You do not turn into a cockroach, or a beautiful painting, or a queen.
Oh, but they do in Twilight.
Actually, I would not put it past them.
They all get prettier in Twilight when they change into vampires. That's why they're all the popular kids, and they all look beautiful.
This is why Twilight is little more than bad fanfiction itself.
Have we explained our different opinions on this?
Yes, it doesn't care.
So.
Yours is wrong. Dave answered it. What? Oh my god, you're kidding? This is inconsideratable. And he hung up. What's happened, honey? Marie asked, smiling like the Stepford wife she is. Uncle Larry has died! Wait, I said that cheerfully. Uncle Larry has died! It looks like he was ripped apart by a wild beast. I feel so sad. He was my brother. I suddenly remembered what I had done, and I screamed and ran to school.
Because that's what you do when you're upset.
Oh god, I need to go to school! I felt so awful and guilty for what I had done. I knew Uncle Larry was a perv and a racist. Racist. And even though he had raped me and tied me up and spanked me and made my life hell, I still shouldn't have killed him. I was going to explode with guilt. I ran through the forest towards the school, but suddenly a large thing appeared in front of me. It was a bear! A big panda bear! It was huge and fluffy and really cute, but I was scared, as this was a totally weird thing to happen.
But metamorphosizing isn't, of course. As for the Twilight question, I was just checking we had mentioned it. That was all.
Greetings, Atlantina? Atlantina? It said. I was totally freaked out. Since when did panda bears live in forks? And since when did they speak? I was totally confused. WTF, I screamed. I'm a panda bear. My name is Snooflelantani Tatuana, but you can call me Snoofles. A talking panda bear? I shouted furiously, personally offended at panda bears. I cannot talk like humans can. But you're not human anymore, so you can understand me. You can talk to animals. You probably have other powers too, you don't know it. You just don't know it yet. Like what? I said. I don't know, touch that tree, said Sniffles, smiling at me. There is too much smiling in this chapter, I don't like it. I touched the tree and concentrated hard, and even though it was winter, the tree suddenly started to bloom huge bunches of flowers. The flowers cascaded down like a river onto the bare forest floor. I took my hand away in horror. Oh God, flowers, help! The flowers were so beautiful, they made me think of Edward. Then I remembered how he had left me after we had made love, and I became angry. We've just experienced a non-retarded reference to sex or genitalia or something. It's actually proper.
Yes, for once in our life.
I touched another tree and it burst into flames. It was as if the trees turned into things that somehow reflected how I was feeling. OMG, how is this possible? I said. Don't ask me, I'm just a panda, lol, said Snoofles with a big grin, and he raised his eyebrows. Do pandas have?
It says eyeballs anyway.
But I'm so happy to find a person who can understand my speaking. I always wanted a human friend. Will you be my human friend? Well, yeah, okay, I said. But I have to go to school now, so I'll see you later, Snoofles, okay? That's cool, said Snoofles. I'll see you later. I ran away, and was totally weirded out by my meeting with Snoofles. I was almost in a trance at school, and even though people stared at me and made comments about my new appearance, I had never cared less.
Dun dun dun. Yeah. Oh. In gym class, I ran around dressed in my gym clothes.
That's good.
You couldn't do anything else. I was playing dodgeball, and the cheerleaders kept throwing their balls at me really hard, like biatches. But I was dodging them at the speed of light. Lauren came over to me and tries to hit me over the face with her balls, and I slapped her in the face. It doesn't sound
I think
right.
I saw something on the internet like that once.
What WTF, you freaky goth tudor bitch? She shouted at me. She shouted with her ugly face flapping like a big bag. Leave me alone, yeah, I said, looking more beautiful than ever. Wow, someone's arrogant. No, I'll never leave you alone, because you're so weird. And what has happened to your face? It's like you're from another planet. You're so pale and delicate, it's freaking everyone out, we all hate you. I was so mad.
That should be more hysterical, I think.
Let me do that.
Yeah.
No! I'll never leave you alone! Because you're so weird! What's happened to your face? It's like you're from another planet. You're so pale and delicate. It's freaking everyone out.
And we all hate you!
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrill is the word here.
Shrill! I was so mad I pushed her. When my hands touched her arms, her skin started to blister and froth in a totally gross way. And she got struck by a bolt of lightning.
Vampirism!
She wasn't dead or anything, but she looked totally disgusting. She got taken to the hospital. I didn't look for my friends, and after gym class I sat in the changing rooms after everyone has left and cried because I felt so sorry for what I had done to Uncle Larry and to Lauren. I was sat there wearing a very short leather mini dress and red ripped tights and a skull necklace and a gothic top, hat with feathers on it. Suddenly I heard a voices from behind me. Tia? Tia? I don't even know what that sounds like, a parrot or something. It is I, Edward Cullen, said Edward. I turned to cook at him, and he gasped in a high-pitched way and fell over onto the floor. Oh my god, he's fainted. I was mad at him and totally upset about the other stuff, so I didn't check to see if he was okay. He got up in a minute. Oh, I was right! I fainted, Tia! That was so sexy and exquisite, I lost my conscientiousness.
Contentiousness.
Yeah. My face is even more sacred and filled with shining glory than before. I am amazed. Then he noticed I was crying tears of soft blood, and he said, What is wrong with thee? Said Edward.
Redundancy!
Crying tears of soft blood.
As
What,
opposed to
do
like
you get
really
when you get
crunch-
solid blood?
Well, she could be like shooting scabs out of her eyes.
Oh.
Given our inexplicable magic powers, would you be surprised?
No. Not really. Oh, great name. I killed someone you adored. I killed my uncle and drank his blood, and I think I made Lauren get struck by lightning. Does it say stuck by lightning? She's in a traffic jam. Okay, Tia, he was evil, and no one cares about Lauren. Edward says to comfort me, and he puts his arms around me. Still, what I did was awful anyways. Get off me! I stood up and shook him off me. Don't come near me ever again. I haven't forgiven you for what happened last night. We did sex and you left me there in the forest.
The sensible metaphors have ended.
I'm sorry. I cannot stay away from thee, and yet I cannot be with thee either. He cried and threw his hands up and wept. You should mimic that.
I'm sorry, I cannot stay away from thee, yet I cannot be with thee either. He cried and threw up his hands and wept. I need to drown.
Make your mind up, Udod. This is a serious thing. Either stay here with me now and screw me and be done.
And be with me forever.
Or leave and go be with Bella. Make your choice right now. I choose thee, Antonina.
Atlantia! Fuck it. Pokemon reference. Who cares?
I care. I think it's cool. Bella's a big mean cow, and I can't be with her anymore. I will never leave thou side again, my lovely damsel. He started to cry, and I kissed him. He was so amazing. His yellow eyes and tousled auburn hair and pale skin made me want to screw him all the time. Oh, someone's a nympho. I'd never seen anybody look so perfect. I took off my dress, so I was only wearing my underwear, and I sat on his knee and we kissed a lot. He touched me all over and I felt dizzy and weak. Do you mean it, Edward? You'll be mine forever. I does. I does. I shall be thy mate, he said beautifully in his smooth, hot, velvet voice. I found some handcuffs on a bench, as you do.
What is this school?
Everyone brings those to school. Someone's just left them behind at the end of PE. What kind of PE classes do they have?
The ones where you end up with balls on your face, apparently.
Anyway, I found some handcuffs on a bench and I tied him to a hook. He was unable to move and I took his pants down and, oh dear God.
Have fun!
I looked at his throbbing lavender man fruit thing. He needs to get that checked out if it's that colour. He really needs to get that checked out. And she shouldn't go near it. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen, and I put it in my mouth.
I'll read the text bit after this, the speaking bit.
Okay. And put it in my mouth and sucked it, and he thrust it madly until he had an orgasm in my mouth. I feel really awkward reading this actually. The hot juice flowered in my mouth and it was magical. Suddenly a voice came from behind me.
What do you think you're doing, you evil rodent people? I hate you both, and now I am going to kill myself!
It was Bella Swan.
Bella! And that's the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with the final chapter. It's, you know, she never finished the fanfic.
Or
So.
just died halfway through.
What? Okay.
Running low on time, so
Yep.
cutting it here.
Gotta go.